Hi, I'm Tim, and some of you may remember me as the Rookie Hunter, but now as Chasing Trails Outdoors. For the last 3 years, I've been filming my deer hunts with no success, but with the help of a few good friends, I have gotten my archery license and a new deer location. At my new site, I have found a small group of deer comprised of several does and 3 bucks. My target buck is a mature whitetail with 5 tines on one side and 2 or 3 on the other. This deformity makes him a non-typical whitetail and also my target buck. But I have never shot a deer or archery hunted before, so as the season goes on, who knows what will happen.
I'm out for my very first hunt for archery. I'm at the site. There was a buck through this morning. I'm just gonna redo the scrape. Alright guys, now it's time to get it going. Here we are, guys. It is my very first deer archery hunt. I'm at the site. Everything's set, apples, cameras, everything is good to go. Just waiting on some deer now. It is now day 2. This is my second hunt. I'm getting 3 hours in the blind. It's raining out, and hopefully something will be moving through. Nothing come through last night. It's a little bit cooler, so hopefully they're out moving around, looking for food, trying to keep warm. So I'm here just waiting. Everything's all set to go. Hey guys, it is day 2 of my archery deer hunt. So here's the skinny. The deer were through here last night from about 2 a.m. to 8 a.m. But I haven't had a picture since. There's still lots of apples. Gonna put some more down later. I put some rack, stacker, and dice out to try and draw them in, but so far, none of things have been moving through here at all. So it's just a waiting game now to see what comes out. I sat this morning, and 15 minutes after I left, I had rebaited and left, and then 15 minutes later, a doe came out. So that's good. We know they're still here. So I'm going to sneak in and finish off the rest of the afternoon until dusk. I just got in here. I've been here for about half an hour or so. I put some rack, stacker, and dice out with some apples earlier.
With my head down reading some news on my phone, a deer walked through my sight. As I looked up, I reached over and turned on the camera. This deer is on high alert. As he moves downwind, he's trying to smell something. It senses something might not be right here. Not quite finding anything wrong, he slowly starts moving over to the right of the blind. Now, due to the angle of my blind and where the deer was now standing, we can't see each other, I use this moment to get myself ready. So once again, not smelling anything wrong, he starts coming in. I have practiced this dance many times at the range. I just keep breathing, trying to keep the infamous buck fever from taking over. I see my shot, and I take it. Now in my excitement and the rush of the moment, I don't pay attention to where my arrow is, and I hit the bottom of the window. As it's flying through, it also hits a branch. I wait 30 minutes and decide to go look for my arrow and look for the deer. I track down the arrow, and unfortunately, the signs are not good. I start looking for blood trails, and even that is even more dismal for me. Very little blood, not frothy.
I had him in my sights and I wasn't paying attention to the bottom part of the blind window, and I put the arrow through the blind window, and I think that put my arrow off, and I just grazed his belly. I had him, I aimed right behind that shoulder in the middle. He was under 20 yards. It should have been a dead-on shot. I hit that shot all the time. But reality is there's 3 branches out there too that I did not realize were there. Had I waited for him to take 2 more steps, I'd probably have a deer down right now. God damn it. I'll take another search tomorrow when I come back to check the cameras and everything, but he's not dead. The blood, there was only a tiny little bit of blood, barely any hair on the arrow shaft, and there's a little bit of hair on the head of the arrow, and nothing, I mean absolutely nothing on the arrow shaft. Nothing, not a speck of blood. Here, I'll show you guys. Perfectly clean. There's the arrowhead. That buried itself right in the ground. So if it would have gone through him, or deep into him at the very least. But beat that out. This is so disappointing. I know how to shoot a bow. Granted, I'm not a professional, but that was my very first deer I took a shot at with it, ever. Keep in mind, that's the first shot ever at a deer. And I missed him, and Alright, back to the drawing board.
So I sat for another 45 minutes, hoping just maybe my deer might come back. But as closing time drew near, I decided to pull out and headed on home. With a full week before I can get out again, my plan at this point is to keep feeding the site every couple of days and keep it full of apples and rack stack in hopes that that deer, or my big one, will come back in when I'm there.